Hey you guys, thank you so much for tuning in again. My name is Natalie and I am the owner of Soulful Lashes Studio. I have been a lash artist for about 7 years. I do brows, lips, and lashes, of course. This video is dedicated to tell you why you are still a broke lash artist. 10 reasons. I'll give you 10 hefty reasons on why you're still a broke lash artist. If you are interested and want to see more videos like this, go ahead and stop what you're doing, like, subscribe, comment, share, do all these things for me to help me grow my business and also to help you grow your business. I'm going to be back with the 10 reasons that you are still a broke lash artist. Let's get it. Now that we've gotten through this weird introduction that I did about 10 times, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the actual reasons for this video. So my first reason is going to be, and let's disclosure that if I say anything that triggers you, that might mean that there's some truth behind it, but I am not attacking you. I love you all, want you to thrive, want you to grow in your business. I want you to actually be the 19% that makes 100K a year. But I want to let you know that with that, you're going to need accountability and truth. Therefore, like I said, not attacking you. If anything, even if you feel like it's incorrect, comment and tell me what you think. But this is a community, a safe community, and I'm just giving you the deets. And a lot of this stuff is stuff that I've done, that I've been through, that I was lashing and not having money. So I'm telling you from personal experience, not from just like research and judging and stuff like that. Okay. So, I got my iPad right here and let's jump in. So my first reason would be that you are not committed. I meet a lot of girls who are so excited to take my training, and they take my trainings, but then immediately they get lazy. They are not committed to growing their business. They're not committed to getting more education. They're not committed to the purpose. They're not really interested in being a lash artist. They're just interested in making money, which you can make money in anything. So if you're not making money, if you just started, or if you've been in the same area for like the last 4, 5, 6, 3, whatever years, more than likely you're just not committed to the purpose. Therefore, you're not interested. Therefore, it's making you lazy. So maybe my suggestion would be to either A, find a new route, or B, really evaluate what your end goal is so you can start working towards that. My next point would be no one knows you exist. Now I have a digital marketing business that I am actually converting to. I will be less and less of lashes, but I say that to say this: the biggest issues that I've came across is that no one knows these businesses exist. Okay, we think for whatever reason that posting just pictures is going to get us the client, and for some people the quality of their picture and the quality of their work is amazing and speaks for itself, and therefore they will grow. Unfortunately, that's like a 1% chance and requires more work. So you have to understand or learn or get with someone who's going to help you market your business so that people can know that your business exists. Therefore, if people know, it start converting into sales and bookings, and you'll be making more money. Step number 3, you're moving too fast. So a lot of us get in the lash business and then they want to start selling additional stuff. Like they want to have their own tweezer line. They want to have their own lash tray lines. They want to have their own shampoo. Believe me when I say that is probably the hardest part, or the hardest route. Even though it's the most rewarding, it's the hardest route to go into, simply because with lashing, we require so many different styles of lashes. Like for instance, if you are selling, you have to have C's and D's and double D's, and you have to have them in all the sizes and in all the thickness, meaning you will be putting out a lot of money, and the return is not immediate unless you have a huge following like Lashbox LA. They drop a product and it doesn't require that much, and I'm sure it took them time to get there, but they have a huge following. So buying a lot of inventory is not a challenge. But when you put out 5 grand or 10 grand, believe me, baby girl, you're not going to get that back in a day or two. You might not even get it back in a year. The good thing with our products, outside of our glue, they last for a while. They're not going to go bad. But you have to understand, back to the main point, that you might be doing too much. Maybe you need to focus on just lashing and building your brand before you start jumping into adding another service like brows, or taking another training for like facials and stuff, or starting your own e-commerce lash line. I'm not discouraging anyone from that. I do believe that, you know, as you grow and evolve, you need to add stuff and keep gaining the entrance of your clients and your customers. However, in due timing, don't rush to get yourself to seem, you know, with social media, we want to fall into the perception that we are successful lash artists. Like, I can do it. I have my own brand. And we take pride, as you should, in integrity, in saying, I'm a business owner. But you need to focus, kind of like stick and keep your head down and focus on getting really, really good at lashes, getting booked out at premium prices. Like, you should be getting booked out at $150 sets and being booked out for the week. You should be ending each day with $800 to $1,000. And once you get to that point and it's consistent, then I suggest, yes, you can add something or you can start a new line of revenue, but you really need to put all your energy into one thing at a time. And then, you know, you can add on and build on that. All right. My fourth reason is, again, you have too much going on. So for instance, for me, I'm gonna speak personally for me, I'm big in marketing. So it's hard for me to focus just on lashing. I take memberships for coaching. So, you know, I got a marketing business, I got the coaching business, and I got lashes. It's really hard for me to get a lot done because I have so much things that I'm putting my hand into. And I've had to learn, one, to kind of just take a step back from social media. So I don't post as much anymore. I just post pictures continuously, which has took a dip in how much I get booked, but it's because I'm trying to build something else. So if you've got a lot going on in life, like for instance, if you're in school and you're working and you're a mom and you want to have a social life, you're gonna have to choose what's priority. So obviously, if you're like a mom and you have a job, those two will gain priorities, and maybe for a little bit you just won't have a social life like that. And hopefully you have friends that will still come and hang out with you at home or stick with you or call you, but you're just gonna have to focus on, like, I would say 3 things at most. And whatever that is, if it's just being a mom and building your lash business, then that's good. If it's just going to work, building the lash business, then that's good. But we really can't have it all. You can't be out with your best friend, with your friends every weekend and a happy hour every night and expect to build a 6-figure brand. And by no means am I saying not to take rest and not to take breaks. I'm just saying you have to be realistic, you have to be rested up, and you might not be making as much money and still being broke because you have too much going on. My 5th reason would be you have too much pressure. When I started lashing, I had a part-time job, which alleviated a lot of the pressure if I didn't get booked. What happens is that if you have so much pressure and then you don't get booked and you're not making money, you're bound to go through depression. You're bound to be like, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? You start comparing and all that extra stuff. And it's hard to get out of it. It's hard to want to go back. Instead, what we like to do when we start getting in that depressive mode, we want to call it quits and then start something new because we think it's not working. That's not necessarily true. My suggestion, my solution for that would be to maybe get a part-time job, maybe start doing some side hustle stuff that will sustain you. So one, you have enough money to buy the products, the good products that you need Two, you're not like selling yourself off to get customers. Because what happens when we're desperate for money, we start giving ridiculous sales, like $40 set or $70 set, because we just need some money. And if you've been lashing, you're worth more than that. I don't care what your prices are right now. You are worth them more a $40, $70 set. So there's nothing wrong with running sales to like get people through your door, but your regular prices, your regular premium prices should not be altered to get people in. Like you don't want to do that. So getting another job kind of alleviates the pressure. If you have a rude client, you have the choice of not taking this client and not saying, man, I need the money, so I gotta take this person. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a 9-to-5 job. You know, nowadays you can Uber on your free time, you can Lyft on your free time. I'm a bartender / server on my free time because, you know, I'll make another video, but I just moved to Houston, so I'm still building out here and I don't want to go broke. So I bartend on the side, serve on the time. You still want something that's going to give you a flexible schedule. However, you're just trying to alleviate the pressure. You don't want to be working so hard and get depressed because you're not getting the results that you want. So that would be that solution. My sixth reason would be social media platforms. So a lot of people that I work with in marketing don't like the camera. Like, you guys are camera shy. And in the nicest of way, because camera shyness is not something easy. Getting in front of a camera, me talking to myself right now, is not something necessarily easy to do. However, business is not easy to do, and we kind of got to get over that. So, you know, maybe you don't want to talk on your camera, but maybe you could take selfies that add pictures that attract people to your page. Maybe you could just do voiceovers, like using Reels to do voiceovers. Maybe you can do tutorials, how to day in the life in. I will add my link to the 30-day free content blueprint for lash artists to the bottom of this. So maybe going over some of those to create content. But creating content is very, very excruciatingly important. I don't care what the content is, but you gotta position yourself as an expert and you gotta create content. Some content, a lot of content doesn't require you in front of the camera. Although studies show like your sales skyrocket about 28% with personal conversations like me and you are having right now, and being in front of the camera. So if you can't do it, it's not like it's impossible. You can make templates on Canva. You can purchase templates on Etsy and just redo them to fit your business. You can, like I said, do voiceovers. You can do tutorials, how-tos, things like that. But you gotta create content and you gotta post it on social media. And when I say social media, not just Instagram, I'm talking about using Instagram, of course, because that's like the leading platform. And Reels are really like the best way to like build awareness at this point, at this moment in life. Instagram is targeted towards creatives, so you got to create stuff, and that's going to give you more of awareness. But also Facebook is for the older crowds. Pinterest, making YouTube videos, maybe making a commercial voice and having, you know, sponsoring a podcast. There's a couple I can't think off the top of my head right now, but TikTok, of course, TikTok. Who doesn't go on TikTok? We scroll aimlessly on TikTok. So maybe TikTok. There's just different ways, but you have to use social media. You're losing money simply because you don't want to use social media. Like, use social media. No one is going to come knock on your door. You know, like when you're dating, like I know some of y'all on dating apps, like you understand that your husband more than likely is not just going to come knock on your door and say, hey, can I marry you? You go out, you conversate, you're on social dating platforms, and you're building yourself and letting people know I'm available and I'd like to date, which is okay. But in the same context, use it towards your business, you know, like let people know you're there. If you go to brunch, take your business cards with you and give it to your waiter, give it to your bartender, give it to the girl that's drunk in the bathroom that wants to talk to you and tell you how you're so pretty. Like, give it to her. She might not remember right now, but it might be in her purse. She might remember, I just remember meeting her. She was so sweet. Use your resources, and social media is free. Creating an account and an email is free. Why aren't we using it? I don't know, but use it, please. So next we have, oh, this is my favorite. 7. No one will hire help. You won't hire help. So I know I am here for the self-made boss, the self-made this, that, and the third. However, I'm not one of them. I rather work smart than hard. And what I say by that is, like, when people tell me, like, I just learned to do lashes on my own, it's very alarming, because how do you know what you're doing wrong? But I digress. My thing, anybody who's a millionaire is in some kind of mentorship, partnership with someone who's helping them get to that step. They can't get to that step without the help, but they understand, like, this person already went through the errors. They already made the mistakes, and it probably cost them. So I should learn from them so it's not costing me. Like, you can do it, but it's going to cost you and it's going to take longer. So the person who trained you, ask them, partner with them, and be like, hey, can I shadow you? Can I work with you? If you're not good at marketing, hire someone like me and get help. If you are not good at lashing, take another lash class. Explain to the person, you know, the challenges you were facing before. Be an advocate for yourself. So you have to go out and ask people for help. You can't do it alone. You can, but it's not going to be easy, and it's going to take longer, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. That's so unnecessary. Just hire a mentor. And a mentor does not have to be someone you're physically talking to. If there's something you're interested, for instance, I'm going to revert back to me. I want to go into digital marketing and become a UI, UX designer. So I don't have a physical mentor. I don't have someone I call up. But I do follow like 2 people on YouTube, and I follow like their whole trajectory and see how they move. I follow them on Instagram, and I'm taking notes, like mental notes. Okay, she did this, she went to this school, why did she go to this school? And I'm comparing it. She is like my virtual mentor. And, you know, I'm listening to podcasts like the podcast Marketing Side Pro. She gives a lot of tips. These are people who are mentoring me. They're not necessarily like at the tip of my fingers, but they're giving me gems, and they're giving me and telling me the things that they went through and the things that they did. Therefore, I can make concise decisions and either copy the things that they went through that's going to put me up front, or do the things that weren't, or avoid doing the things that weren't so beneficial at first. You get it? So don't be scared to hire help. I run a mentoring business, but the number one thing is, like, people are kind of scared to pay me, and then when they do pay me, they think like I'm taking on their business. Your mentor does not take on your business. Your business is still your business. Your mentor is practically there to hold you accountable and write up your plans, and for you to execute it, and to evaluate with you on better ways to improve it, so that you can actually meet the goals that you set for yourself. Okay? So again, hire a mentor. Number 8, this is my favorite. We're like strippers out here. We're making money daily. Therefore, we make money fast and we blow money fast. Baby girl, I am talking to you. You gotta slow that down. You are simply broke, not because you're not getting booked, but because you're spending too much money too fast. What I like to do, and I'm always going to tell y'all my solution, and this was me. I was spending money, buying stuff, buying new cars, like constantly. Eventually I had to stop and start saving. But, you know, yeah, I was spending money fast. I was blowing money fast. I thought I was Rick Ross out here, make it rain. But listen, no, you're spending too much money. You're broke because you're spending too much money. It's not that you're not getting booked. You're just spending too much money, and it's going to your head, and you're not taking bookings because you out on Saturday night tipsy, and Sunday at brunch tipsy. So Monday morning, you're 8 a.m. You're like, I got to cancel. And then that's making you broke. relax. Get some discipline. Say, I'm going to, what I like to do, I put aside at minimal in my savings, minimal $1,000 a month. That is at minimal I put aside, okay? I put myself on a budget. Every weekend, I'm not spending more than $150. When I say every weekend, I'm talking about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Therefore, meaning I gotta really think about where I'm going and how much money I'm choosing to spend at which place. If I know if I go to this place and it's gonna cost me $100 by the end of the night, I only got $50 left. Therefore, that encouraged me to go and buy a bottle and have game night. All right, so I realized I was kind of cut out in the last video. I'm not gonna record the whole thing again, but I'm gonna jump right into the last part where I was really cut out. So my next step is number 9. Like I said, personal to me is comparison. When we're on social media, we love to compare ourselves. We love to see what this person has, where we'd want to be. Social media should be an inspiration, not something that's going to rob you of your joy. And it does it so subconsciously, so settled, that you don't even notice it till you at wit's ends. My thing is like, go and follow the people who make you feel bad, okay? If you're following someone, they should be encouraging you. Maybe they're giving tips like me. Maybe they're posting where you want to be. But if it's to the point when you look at it, you start thinking of everything that's wrong with you and your work, then you don't need to be following that person, okay? Another thing is to regularly take breaks from social media. You guys know that I am religious, so fasting doesn't necessarily have to mean abstaining for food, but maybe just abstaining from social media and giving yourself time to think and create your own thoughts of yourself instead of letting social media tell you who you are and who you need to be. Like, I need to have 10,000 followers. That's when I'm going to start getting clients. That's not true. There's someone out there for you. Or she started after me and she's already opening her storefront, but you don't know what she did to open the storefront. Like, there's nothing wrong with getting help, but you don't know if she had a boyfriend or a husband that helped her to finance it. You know, if she has a sugar daddy. You don't know if she had investments before that she was able to pull out of and open this storefront and invest into her business. Again, there's nothing wrong with it, but understand, like, when you start allowing it to rob you of your joy, when you no longer want to do lashes, when you don't want to post your work because you are like, it's not up to par because of someone else's work, it's time. You are more than likely comparing yourself and allowing social media to rob you of your joy. And again, my solution would be I like to delete the app from my phone, not deactivate my account, but delete the app a little bit, you know, pre-plan my post on Planoly and let it like constantly post for me while I'm not on, because we are running a business and we need to be active. But I will delete the app for a little bit and allow myself to just breathe. And honestly, those are one of the best times. Like, when I come back, I have so much content idea and stuff because I'm focused on my business. I'm not focused on what everybody else thinks my business should look like, okay? And last but not least, before my phone dies, it's just not your time yet. So the reason that you are broke, my 10th reason, is just it's not your time yet, okay? You're probably at the edge where if you take another few steps, you're gonna be exactly where you need to be. But you're stuck right now, you're stagnant, you're worried, you're concerned, you're comparing yourself, you're sad, you're depressed. Therefore, you're not taking the steps that you need to be because you're thinking it's not gonna work for you. It's gonna work for you. Consistency and prayer will always work in your favor, okay? You started this because you wanted to have a lash business, right? You had a purpose when you start this. Remember your purpose. Like, your why has to be bigger than money, okay? I know we all do this for money, clearly, but it has to be bigger than money. My why is my freedom. I want to have freedom. I don't want to be at a job. I don't want people harassing me where I can't speak up at a job. I don't want to not have a voice because I speak out. I am someone who actually tells you what I'm feeling. And, you know, in corporate America, that doesn't really work. It's kind of like hush, hush, and do what I say so you can get your paycheck. I didn't like that. So my why is my freedom. It's my freedom to get up and go do what I want, to go to the park, to close out my schedule, to take vacation for 10 days without waiting for someone's approval. That is my why. If you're a mother, your child's probably your why. You want to be home with your child. If you're a student, maybe you're trying to make enough money to continue your master's or your graduate or going to law school or going to med school. Like, your why has to be bigger than just money, because if it's money, once you're not making money, you're going to be depressed and you're going to think you made the wrong choices. And that's not true. It's just that money is fleeting. You have money today, you don't have it tomorrow. It happens. You have to start over. It's okay. However, think of your why and remember that your time is coming. It might seem like you've been in this season for a long time and you're just not seeing the results that you want to. Look, make a new strategy, plan it out, and execute it. You'll get where you need to be. But it's just, you might not be making money. You might be a broke lash artist right now simply because it's not your time. But that doesn't mean your time is not coming. All right? So that's to wrap up my video. Again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow my Instagram, all those stuff. Reach out to me, talk to me, email me, comment. I like to comment back. I like to reach back. I don't have like 5 million subscribers where it's impossible to comment back. I will see your comment. I will see your email. I will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. And if I don't, just comment again. All right. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great end of the year. I'm going to post my next tips in about a week or two. But if you have any suggestions, just let me know. Okay. All right. Thank you. I love you guys. And I wish you all the best.